Well, hello and welcome to this week's edition of our video blog titled Journey to Wholeness. It's been a few weeks since we got the camera here and had the conversation. My friend Letty, who does this ministry, has been out holidays and for other reasons, and I've been on holidays. Bev and I went to the beach for 2 weeks in July. And so it was great as a time for Bev and I to connect, really the first time since my medical moment last October 29th. So we went to a beach called Hilton Head, which is about 5 hours east of Atlanta, and took Pendo, the faithful dog, and had a good time there. This is being filmed on Friday the 5th of September, and so update on how I'm going post-stroke medical moment. I saw my rehab specialist, Dr. Strasser, on the 18th of August, and he's extended the warrant to continue to work half-time, 4 hours each day in the morning, Monday through Thursday, and then on Sundays I put in a whole day. And we're utilising the help of another priest at St. Michael's, and her name is Kim Jackson. She's a chaplain at a couple of universities here in Atlanta. And so I preach 3 out of 4 Sundays, and Kim preaches once, and I celebrate once. So it's a good opportunity for me to be in the room, talk to people before the service, after service, and so on. And slowly continue the transition really into the future. At the review with Dr. Strasser, he anticipates that he could sign off on my health so that I can return to work full-time on the 1st of November. So I'm very pleased with that as the preferred and desired outcome, and that'll be 1 year to the day that I was discharged from Emory Hospital, which for those of you who had not seen the blog, I left in a wheelchair. I could not walk, had no balance, had no use of my right arm at all, and I was drinking out of a straw. And right side of my face is pretty droopy. You can go back to the video blogs and get to the first one, which I think was the 17th of November, and you can see the difference from then to now. My health-wise, I have continued walking regularly. In fact, I walk daily and go with Pendo, our dog, into the park here, Stone Mountain Park. So I'm now up to 75 minutes a walk, and I'm doing it in the morning because it's quite hot in the afternoon with the heat, and the heat index is like 95 in Fahrenheit, which is probably 32, pretty close I think in Celsius. So it's nice in the morning. So I'm doing that, and that's my major exercise. I have free weights I continue to do to strengthen the body, and I was sharing with Letty, for about 2 months I just kind of was not diligent on the eating program. I had discovered gluten-free beer, which is very nice, and so I had a glass, next day another glass, and potato chips, and put on about 5 pounds. I was like, no way, not going to do that. So when we went to the beach on the second week of July, cut that out, and more diligent in walking. So I've taken that weight off, so back to what I was earlier, which was 208 pounds. So hope to lose 2 pounds a week for the next couple of months, and get down to the low numbers, the 190s, or the low 190. So that'll be good, and maintain my health. So I'm pretty good. I went to the doc yesterday, and my pulse at rest is 47, and so it's low and slow, and the blood pressure is very good. A1C3 is good, so that's the diabetic measurement for 3-month trailing average, and so continue to get that down a bit more. That'd be the goal. So it's pretty pleasing and satisfying to continue getting stronger. Dr. Strasser is very pleased with the progress since November last year when I left, or I started rehab in late November. And so he's very, very happy with the trajectory of getting well and increasing ability and strength. So that has been good. One of the things that I briefly commented on today in the blog, you may have seen or been part of the Lou Gehrig's disease invitation to the water challenge, and very important people, famous people, have indulged in having a bucket of water, cold water, with lots of ice tipped over their head, and then they would do that, and then they would challenge somebody else to get a bucket of cold water with ice cubes and throw it on their head and write a check for $50 or $100 and send it off to the fund. It's been an amazingly successful way of fundraising. I heard the woman who's the speaker for the group, how the previous year they had raised less than $3 million, I think. And I heard last week, they had attracted over $100 million in funding for this research. So it's been a great way, wonderful level, to bring attention to the amazing, terrible disease, and also to fund the resource. So a lot of people are having a good time getting wet, and today, and I have not accepted the challenge. I'm not going to do it either. I grew up in Australia where water is precious, and I grew up where we had a water tank for the house, and we drank water out of the house tank. It was never cold, and certainly never any ice cubes, and water is precious commodity. And so I served the rural parish where people drill holes to bring the bore water up to water the cattle, and the parish I served in central Queensland, in Rockhampton Diocese, when we left to come here to Atlanta in '94, there's parts of my parish had no rain for 7 years. So it was biblical. And when it rained, the children in the house of a prisoner started screaming because they had never heard the sound of rain falling on the corrugated iron roof. It sounds like a machine gun, you know. And so they didn't know what it was. They did not know what it was. I took them outside, and they're like, "This is rain," you know. And they ran outside and what it stuff. And so I know how hard it is to live in low rainfall areas. And so I still have trouble, running the tap in the house, because as a kid, I carried water in buckets into the house from downstairs out of the round tank. The house on stumps, 2-gallon bucket, fill it up, go upstairs, pour it into the wood stove, warm the water, and the weekly bath water was used by all 7 people in the house. The cleanest person went first, the dirtiest person went last. So I have this kind of precious view, I think, of water, and that's an influence of me. And the other thing about water, to finish, on the Facebook today, someone sent me a comment about the water challenge, so I'm going to read it out to you, and I think I'll finish. I know what it says. It says, "I nominate you for the Holy Water Challenge." And there's an image of a person dipping a finger in a bowl of water as you do crush yourself. And it says, "Go to confession and mass and put more than $1 in the parish collection." I think using the baptismal font and using a little bowl of water little bowl of water and put it in your bedroom next to your dresser. So before you go to bed, walk over and dip your finger in it and sign yourself in the sign of the cross, for those of you who are Christians, as a way to then think about the day, where it went bad, got lost, and redirect yourself to God's path, the journey. And do that every night. And I would encourage and invite you to find yourself in worship with other like-minded people who fall down and get up, and live the life, and be grateful. So I'll see you again soon, probably next week. Live well, live strong, live long.